Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Maverick here with another episode of BEASTARS. And boy, last episode had a ton of interesting development, right? To say the least. We finally discovered Tim's killer out of completely nowhere. It being Reese's, another character who I guess we've never really noticed. At least I've never really noticed the big bear and whatnot. And you know, the circumstances around it are definitely really bizarre as well, right? Like, look, I can get that it's his instincts coming out and all that, but just the entire way that it was portrayed and whatnot, like I said, it's really postmodern. What am I saying? Postmodern in a lot of way, and in a way that they sort of animated the scenes and the monologue that went on at the same time. I'm like, okay then, okay, whatever you say. And I definitely see some people saying that, hey, there might be some homosexual undertones as well, which, I can see that. I can see that. But that is also completely in the past. Tim is dead, and now Reese is here to, face his punishment, or at least I hope. It actually has me wondering, because now that we've already opened the idea of this kind of tragic death, and we also clearly see that Reese is, not exactly, he's not doing it in entirely cold blood. He knows what he's done, and he feels guilty of it, and he feels remorse for it, and so on and so forth. I do wonder if they're going to go as far as to make him commit suicide, right? I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that might be a little bit too dark for this, but at the same time, considering how Tim died last episode, at this point, I think everything is off the tables and whatnot. So, well, we'll get to him later, and then we also obviously got some other stuff happening in school right now. Apparently they're gonna be surrogated again? Maybe. In any case, let's get into the episode and find out. Alright, so I skipped the opening, or at least I already fast-forwarded through the opening for you guys. So let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Let's laugh at the differences between our silhouettes. Okay, and that was a long title screen. So we're now focusing on all. What? Beast book? Alright. So is there Beastgram as well? Hmm? Okay. I can respect that. Okay, so the daily lives of... Is that supposed to be, should be a 109? Oof. Wow. Sheila. Sheila. She completely looks like a Sheila. You know how sometimes, their names just fit their character. She completely fits Sheila. Isn't that kind of obvious? Okay, that was actually pretty nice. Pretty fashionable, if you will say. Okay. So they get to know each other's side a little bit more. Okay, just a nice little girls. Okay. That's all rotten meat. Well, good for you, I guess. Meat addiction? Getting old. 'The hell? Oh, you can still talk? So he's trying to teach Legoshi to fight without using his jaw? Yeah, it's not like all herbivores are just sitting ducks for carnivores. Ouch. I feel like there should be a better way of handling things than just, you know, allowing his meat and bones to be bitten into. Like, I'm certainly glad that this world doesn't have infections and whatnot. Each. Yeah, yeah, it's teaching him to not use fangs, but instead fight using his body. Oh! Nice. Well, technically. Oh yeah, all the clubs are protesting. Why does she seem a little bit... Yeah. I think she would rather prefer to get the role because of her talents, right? Oof. Oh wait, she actually wants them to sever it? Really? I actually wasn't expecting her to harbor this kind of emotions. Oh. Well, you were saying? This is funny. I don't think the tail is exactly... What now? Help out? Probably. Oh, is that the reason? That's what I was talking about, the last part where like she was saying I'm not a dog. I mean, you're related. I think Haru probably knows what the deal with Juno is, right? Haru's smart, so. Mogu mogu, fua fua. Wow. What? No last words? Uh, oh, it's Louis. And he's also willing to sleep just like that around him. Mice. Is oh, his arm, like one of his limbs or whatnot, is going to be cut off to sell. So it's going to But yeah, shouldn't you still have? That actually reminded me of a scene in Rescuers Down Under. I don't know if you guys have watched that before. Damn. Although you could also say that he he pursued the life of crime because of his circumstances. Oh, is it Haru? That's a perfectly good phone, dude. You could just block her or something. Oh, I guess he is the boss of the mafia now. There's no real reason for him to do that. It's the symbolic thing. Alright, see you guys after this. Okay, guys, so I guess in this episode we are more taking the perspective of some side characters, if you will. Well, no, don't get me wrong, Juno, of course, is still a main character, and we do see Louis and Legacy as well, but I think the main sort of contrast in this episode is really talking about Juno and Shelia, and, you know, how they sort of differ from each other, but how they also interact with herbivores and trying to just not really make anything, not really telling us anything, but just to look at the interaction, right? Now, definitely to me, the thing that I took away from this is, hey, if you guys do actually talk to each other and build an actual relationship, not just based on, oh, because they're an herbivore, I need to be nice to them, oh, because they're a carnivore, I need to try to be friends with them. You know, if we take that away and go back to the roots of, you know, actual relationships and whatnot, then you get to learn a lot of stuff, right? But in another point, you can also sort of view of this as the sort of how can I put this, the really weird and precarious balance that this world is currently living on, and indeed how this school is currently operating as well, right? It's only maintaining the facade of union and harmony and whatnot, and yet even for hey, these people are actually in the drama club, the supposed best shining example of interracial, or should I call it interracial? But anyways, to have these sort of mixed circles, they're a shining example of these mixed clubs with herbivores and carnivores. But even so, we still see these two, and indeed many more, who are actually really not all that comfortable amongst the other side. So even though they're trying to make it give off the impression that, hey, everything's nice and dandy, we all love each other, we all work together with each other, but still there's a lot to be done, right? That's definitely something to take away from this. But if you do take the time to actually not treat them for as a carnivore or an herbivore, and just, you know, just someone else, and take that race out of the equation, hey, that's all fine and dandy at that point, right? Even the point with Haru and Juno, which by the way was absolutely hilarious, and I actually really quite like the way that they went about it, right? I've said before, back in season 1, that BEASTARS actually reminds me a lot of shoujo manga, right? Shoujo romance manga and whatnot. Particularly the sort of triangle, or heck, even maybe even more relationship between Legacy and Louis and Haru and all that, and the way that it goes. And we see a little bit more of that here, right? And then we also see the sort of interactions between the new girl, right, Juno, who comes on the scene, and I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's just so entertaining for me, especially the fact that they also have this layer of awkwardness between them because, again, the herbivore and carnivore kind of thing, and that just adds on to the entire spiciness of the situation. So I did enjoy that, and I thought that it was, the way that the dialogue went, right, and the way that the conversation went was really, it was really natural as well. You could totally see that as a conversation in real life. Contrast to what happened in the last episode and whatnot. But yeah. In any case, I did love that. And to be honest though, the biggest thing that I loved about this particular episode is at the end there, right? Funnily enough, the scene where Louis watches the Cayman being being castrated, if you will, for the sake of serving that old herbivore there, because as cruel as that might sound, and as twisted as that might sound, I do think that that's the best example of the equality in this world, right? In the dark market, you're not just, even though it is predominantly being utilized by carnivores to get herbivore meat and whatnot, but everybody is fair game here, right? Har har, pun intended. So really, it's sort of like twisting the sort of the sort of problem here from racial warfare into more of class warfare, right? If you got the money, if you got the power, then you can do what you want, and it doesn't really matter if you're an herbivore or a carnivore. Especially in this world where they do have technology and whatnot, there are some innate defenses that an herbivore can have, like guns, for example, right? You can be the best, you can be like a big strong carnivore and whatnot. You're not going to be able to withstand a gunshot to your head, right? So looking at this, I definitely enjoy this episode a lot, because I feel like it is sort of looking at things more from the carnivore perspective, if you will, and not just looking at, like Sheila said at the beginning, having carnivores being blamed for every single little thing. And I had a nice little cheer in my heart, in my brain, when she said that, because that's what I've been advocating throughout the entire BEASTARS series here, right? And it doesn't have to be this way. Once you go out into the world, in the dark market, in the adult world and whatnot, everything is fair game. Nobody is saying that you need to only rely on your raw strength and whatnot. This is not a world that operates that way anymore. And so you really shouldn't use that as a crux to blame all your problems and so on and so forth. So I like that, showing the other perspective as well, and indeed showing that if the situations are correct, hey, herbivores can absolutely be the boss as well. Not particularly through just because society demands it this way, but because of what they actually did, and so on and so forth, right? So I definitely enjoyed this episode a lot more, I have to say, because we actually get things that are logical, if you will. But anyways, that's it for this episode. For the next one, and I guess I kind of glossed over the entire legacy thing, but I mean, what more else is there to say, right? Hey, inhibit your feelings. Don't use your jaws. Don't use your bite. Train using your body instead. Become a martial artist. Become one with your body. So on and so forth. Okay, I expect to see Legacy at the end of this come out of it like I don't know, like Jackie Chan or something like that, and use martial arts to fight his opponents, which would be, if that's what he wants, then you do you, right? If that's your decision, I fully support it. But everybody is free to live their own lives. I think I've said this many times before. I absolutely respect Legashi's decision and what he wants to do. I just don't completely agree with his reasoning or his his goal, if you will. But anyways, thank you guys, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.